Take- Hello, everybody. My name is Zoro Chaos. I'm your host, but not GM of this game. That would be Doc.
Hello, I am Documenter. I am GMing this game of public access. Right now, we are down a player, and the canonical reason is because he saw into the unknown, and the unknown looked back. He needs a day to recover. My players are here. Could they introduce themselves?
Hello, I am playing Michael Chapsky. I am from the surname, you would guess you Polish, because the player is part Polish. I'm a jock-like character, and I hope you enjoy the shenanigans of a character who is completely opposite to Zal in every way possible.
Damn.
Hi, or at least I play Bread, Bread. Gamer girl and all around brainiac of the team so far. At least as far as the stats are concerned. And also the one most likely to get the entire team killed.
1 second, opening my character sheet. Oh my god. Yeah, roll 20, got them. Right, Jonah Sawyer, that was my name. Jonah Sawyer, and yeah, I'm also a little bit of a gamer, but I'm mostly a stoner.
Alright,
That's like my main thing.
last we left off, the players had gotten some ice cream and found out that it is a bit weird, so half the group went to La Fresca to look into it, and the other half went back to the house to delve further on into the mystery surrounding that. The La Fresca team found two major pieces of evidence. One was that the
That's the CEO? Or
Yeah,
the owner has already been dead for years? And the other one was that the reporter on his death committed suicide sometime later.
and then on the Espinosa Street side, they found a chalk outline, and when John the Skeptic went across it, he saw what's truly affecting Espinosa. Sending him into a comatose state.
I was about to say, which is why he's out for the count.
So, what would the players like to do now?
Mm.
Well, that depends. Which group do we focus on at this very moment?
I think we'll go over to the La Fresca group at the start. You guys just found the records of the two deaths, and you found like a picture of an old like a really old writing about some mythology, you think, just in one of the filing cabinets, one of the more recent ones before the place got closed up.
Didn't we have something else? No, that was all. We were gonna go to the more modern headquarters, was it? Afterward.
Well, when you go back outside, you find that the fresco's gotten a bit more energetic, let's say. There's a
Right.
big old party bus kind of thing. Um with Gerlin Ambrose, a TV star you would all know, uh promoting the dream and like giving it out and stuff.
Hmm.
She was the star of Muffy the Zombie Killer, a teen horror comedy show that ran for 6 seasons.
Damn.
Which
She's
is legally distinct from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
yes. She's in La Fresca to do some promotional photos for the Dream, and is headed to White Spray soon.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do now? Now that that's just there.
Let's observe what's happening for a bit first.
Say again.
Let's observe what's happening for a bit first.
The the line is actually being taken care of pretty well because she's got all of the people given the dream quickly as they go up to try to ask for some. Um, she's doing some like canned sayings about how good it is and stuff like that. You can kind of tell that she's probably not actually eaten it herself.
Sus. Sus as hell.
I suggest we get to our car and tail her.
Okay. I'm gonna cut back over to Mike. Mike, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm an idiot because I had muted my microphone on the OBS.
No, we heard you.
No, on the OBS. So no one heard me talking. And
Oh,
so, recap first aid for basic first aid for John there. And then I am going to probably do some more investigation of the outside of the house before I go inside. See if I can find any more clues without going inside again.
I guess roll me a meddling move.
With what?
Um, Honestly, whichever one you want right now. You're just kind of looking around, right?
Yeah, I'm going to use reason. Oh shit.
Um, a landscaper nearby, like he was working on the house next to Espinosa, 18 Espinosa, and he sees you poking around. He walks over like, "Are you okay, man?"
Michael will go without lying because, well, I was asked. I'm part of the Latchkeys. I was asked by someone to investigate the fate of his missing friends that used to live in this house. So I'm just trying to find some clues on what happened here and try to solve this whole mystery.
Well, I knew about them. I worked on their house before they disappeared. I can help out a little bit if you want.
I'm going to ask him if he knows anything more. Like, what do you know about the, you know what? I don't know how to say their name because it looks like Rappaport's.
Rapport.
Oh, Rapport. Okay. What do you know about the Rapport family before they disappeared?
Uh, Everyone always calls them a bit weird. They weren't too bad. Their parents were from off-color background, but overall they were just fine fellows.
What do you know about Elliot?
Elliot, the kid,
Yes.
uh, he used to race his little cars all over the sidewalk, and I'd sometimes trip on him. He was curious, bit shy. He likes playing games.
What about his sister? Do you know anything about her?
Uh, Not a lot. She was pretty normal for a little girl. She had an obsession with like My Little Pony and Pink Power Rangers, but other than that, about a normal kid. She really liked her friends. She was constantly playing with her friends.
What?
Hmm?
Do you know who any of her friends were? If they had known anything before her and her family disappeared?
I think most of them left, honestly. I know Elliot's friend Casey is still here, but that's the only one I can think of.
Speaking of which,
Uh,
Casey is the one who did ask us to investigate.
there is a relative, Debbie, over there. He points a few houses down. If you want to know more about the family, you should probably talk to the relative.
How is she related? Is she like a cousin or an aunt?
She was Hugh's sister.
Ah. Well, thank you for the information, sir. I will talk to Debbie and then we'll try to get this mystery wrapped up as quickly as possible. Though, just to be sure, don't enter the house. There's something evil in there.
That's weird. Now you mention, I've been feeling like I should probably go over there to help tidy up the weeds. They kind of gotten all over the place, haven't they?
Just whatever you do, do not enter the house proper. You could ask the HOA lady what happened.
Okay, okay.
Uh, and
Would be the first time I've heard something weird happen here.
uh, and then I will
House
say,
cursed.
then I'll just let's see. Do I want to try persuading him for a clue, or do I just want to ask Debbie for those clues?
It's up to you.
Uh,
He mostly knows stuff about the general area, not specifically the house.
yeah, I kind of figured considering he's a an outdoorsman, as it were.
I didn't get into parts that were interesting, but he has a lot of interesting knowledge about Deep Lake itself,
I'll be sure to.
but not a whole ton about the reports.
Well, I'll be sure to ask him about those later if I remember about that, which I should probably try and do. But anyway, Michael will. I'm going to just do this third person because just to speed this scene along. Michael will say "au revoir," but not in French, just as a general goodbye, and then he'll go down the street to Debbie's house and knock on her door.
Alright, we're gonna go back over to the team dealing with the ice cream. So you two are tailing the party bus.
Right. Tailing the party bus. So what happens?
It's riding around just in La Fresca for the moment, promoting the dream. And at some point, it does just kind of stop to the side of the road and waits. The driver kind of looking back at you guys.
Okay. It stops where?
It stops at the side of the road, but turning off the music and stuff, it just kind of looks at you, just seeing if you're about to do something, because you've been tailing them for a while.
Oh. So which of us is driving? Like I could be driving. If that's the case, I will try to, get away from them, get some distance.
Okay.
May I suggest that one of us gets out while the other drives away, pretending that it was all just to drop the other off?
Oh, good idea. Yes. Yeah, you should do that.
Who gets off?
Well,
I
we're not
mean,
driving the pink sack, so that's going to be me.
yeah, since I'm not the one since I think we bigly established I'm the one driving.
Okay, so you drop off Z.
Yeah. Drop you off, pretend it's like, that I'm not doing, that I'm just giving you a ride.
Okay, so Z, as you're dropped off, the uh it it notices that everything seems to be okay, and it just starts setting up for the next uh it starts setting up for the next trying to think of the word, publicity thing.
Delivery? Oh, event?
Yeah, little mini event thing. And it starts giving out more of the dream and stuff. Do you guys approach or anything? Like Z,
Well,
since you're here?
only I can approach at this point because the further scent of Dan is driving away for a bit. I will try to approach it, pretend to be part of the line.
Okay, so there's not actually a lot of people in this area because they weren't really meaning to stop here if it wasn't for Jonah being there. So they kind of just see you there and they're like, "Hey, do you want to take part in the promotion of the dream?"
Oh, me?
Sure, I'll take part.
Geraldine Ambrose walks out and is like, "Oh, finally, someone who's not as drab as Stuart. Come on up."
Well, this should be fun.
What'd you say?
Well, this should be fun.
All right,
Yeah, we're on vacation.
So inside the bus, there's a full kitchen, a wet bar, comfortable reclining seats with a luxurious bedroom in the back for Gerlin, mounted TV VCR combos playing old episodes of Muffy the Zombie Killer. Uh, Question for you, since you're the only one in here: what unusual contract writers does Geraldine have based on what you see in the bus? Like, what weird things in the bus makes you think that she probably had to write that into the contract?
I see a life-size statue of our long-deceased friend.
Eh?
The CEO we found out was already deceased for years.
This is
This is
Geraldine's bus.
Yes, you said part of the contract for saying for promoting the dream, right?
Yeah, but what weird things would Geraldine have put into the contract? Not
Oh,
the weird CEO.
Sorry. She put mandatory references to zombies.
So there's
Into
just zombie stuff around the room.
yes.
Yeah,
I
I like that.
I would like the clause in perpetuity throughout the universe to be included in the contract as well.
Um. So you've actually kind of just gotten Geraldine Ambrose as a sort of ally. She thinks you're funny. She's letting you ride around, and she plans to go to La Fresca. White Spray soon. So you can just hitch a ride.
We can just hit what?
Along the way, I just asked her casually, not in an interrogative way. Uh, so, what do you feel about the dream?
The Dream? I never even tried it. Uh, it's supposed to be really low cal, but the tabloids would have my head if they saw me eating ice cream. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it can be really vicious.
Yeah. But I've heard it's good. I haven't tried it myself. people seem to fucking love it based on their reactions whenever I give it out.
Not bad. They really go that extreme lengths for it?
I've seen fistfights start over this stuff. I hope it's better in White Spray. La Fresca, I hope it's just weird.
Who can possibly understand how fans think sometimes?
Oh, by the way, I've heard a little bit about you. You're a person next to her who's like fully dressed up with a waistcoat, top buttoned, glasses and stuff like that, leans over to her and says, Z bread. Yeah, Z bread. You're one of those latchkeys, right? I've heard cool things about you guys.
And we're famous.
Well, you guys.
We just do our thing, and yeah, sometimes that catches attention.
Well, you saved a girl's life, didn't you? That one house full of ghosts.
Uh, yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah,
I knew it. Yeah, you and your friends, you can hitch a ride with me.
Yay!
The guy next to her looks annoyed at that, but he doesn't say anything.
I mean, fuck him, not us.
Um,
He can be annoyed. I don't care.
do you want to continue? Do you want to get Jonah over here since you now have a ride and stuff?
Uh, yeah, I think I will do that. Just get
Okay.
in the same. Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume that they stop and you just find a good spot to park your car and then you hop into the bus with them.
Yep.
Um, do you guys want to look for anything while you're in there? Any documents, stuff like that?
Uh,
Or
sorry.
do
Is
you
this
just want
like
to
a?
wait?
Oh, this is like a party bus. Yes.
Yeah. Or do you just want to wait till
Okay.
you get to White Square?
Well, is there anything obvious that we would uh notice, like open
Like open
laptops or
laptops or
anything?
anything. Like obviously we'll look around, but not do anything too invasive to jeopardize relations.
Yeah,
There is a laptop open. Roll me a meddling move and we'll see what's on it.
meddling it is. Why is it meddling? Uh, with my presence, maybe, or composure.
Um,
I could
trying
try
to think.
reason. I mean,
You
it
could
is
use reason to like look to like understand the contract language, and I would say Dan could use like vitality or composure or something to be able to stealthily look for it.
All right, I used composure and I got a massive success.
Okay. Um. So you, since you got a massive success, you also find a tape in the
Damn.
VCR little shelf that she has full of the Muffy the zombie killer uh, tapes. There is a purple TV Odyssey tape. When you pick it up, she just goes, "Oh yeah, one of those." It was in the bus when I rented it, so I just kind of left it.
Can we take it? Given that
Sure.
we're Latchkeys and this is kind of our whole thing.
Yeah, you can have it.
Nice. Okay.
You uh trying to find. Okay, when you're looking through the tapes, whenever some of that dream stuff comes near the TV playing Muffy, you s- you hear a weird beeping and it flashes slightly.
Damn.
Do you
So
want to
like
look at it?
when the tape itself physically gets next to the TV that's playing it.
No, the dream, the ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream. Okay.
Alright, it starts messing with the screen.
That is. Uh, I guess I'll mess with it.
I ask our celeb, does the TV always do that?
No, it doesn't normally do that. Do
Bro,
you
this gotta be like radioactive or something.
when you bring it close, it very clearly has a repeating, not Morse code, but something like code just coming from it, a repeating signal.
All right. Does Muffy the zombie killer have any experience with decoding weird shit, or is that a different character?
I mean, given how often codes like that appear in games,
Yeah, I know.
I think that's going to be my forte.
Yeah, but I was gonna sideline you for a second for humorous purposes. I have done that now. You can do the meddling move or whichever move is more appropriate.
I was gonna follow up on Z's meddling move.
Yes.
You find on Stuart's computer, the guy with the glasses who's being all formal and annoying. There's a story, like some records, just on the screen when you look over of a abandoned archaeological dig near White Spray.
Oh, that's certainly interesting.
Uh, you can't get all of it, so you can't tell the importance of it or where that information came from, because he kind of just closes the screen real quick after you look. Please don't look.
I try not to make a big deal out of that. Just keep the name in mind as a place to visit later.
Totally want
The
to
archaeological.
investigate that later.
Like,
Mhm.
don't anger your allies thing.
Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna cut back over to Mike for a little bit of talking to Debbie before we're gonna go into the night phase.
All
All
right.
right.
Scene is already preset. I had knocked on her door.
She opens it, and you immediately smell smoke. You see that she has red hair with some gray roots. She looks tired of everyone's shit. And she's like, "What do you want?"
Uh,
Or actually, her voice is a lot more raspy like that. What do you want?
Oh, so it kind of sounds like a smoker's voice.
Yeah, like she smoked a pack a day since she was a girl. Yeah.
Um, Michael will be polite and say, "Hello, I'm Mike Shepsky. I'm one of. If you heard about me, I'm one of the Latchkeys around town. Uh, we're investigating what
Oh.
happened to your family. Uh, in the in, and I just wanted to ask you some questions, if you know anything, if you don't mind. If you do mind, I could just leave. It's fine. I don't want to bother you
I,
way too much."
yes, it is that voice. Um, I don't mind. I wasn't expecting company. What do you want to know?
Uh, Mike will go and say, "Well, I wonder if you could tell me a bit about your brother, sister-in-law, and the kids. If you know anything, what had happened either the day before they disappeared or the week before they disappeared, or any kind of things you can remember. We could talk inside
Yeah,
if you want."
come on, come on. She leads you inside. Um, she sits down on an old chair. So you want to know about my family?
Anything at all. Anything at all.
Okay.
I,
Um,
I believe talking to a living family member will, or excuse me, I'll cough, trying to be as polite as possible, going, "I'd like to talk to you so that I could find out anything at all about what happened to your family and where they might have went or what had happened. It doesn't have to be a long list. It just has to be at least what you know within the week, or whatever you could tell me before they disappeared."
okay. My brother and my sister-in-law, they were all right. They they were good parents. They loved their kids. They always had this weird interest in weird stuff around town though. They'd collect weird stuff, and I never understood it. That's actually kind of why they bought that fucking house. It's been evil since before they moved in. Bad juju and all that, you know?
So the vibes of the house were off even before they lived in it.
Yeah. They remodeled it a little bit, gave it a fresh coat of paint. You couldn't really tell unless you were in there for too long. But yeah, it was bad. I never liked coming over to their house. And after they disappeared, I'd never go back in there. I hope that if we just leave it alone, maybe whatever it is will let him go. We'll come back.
Michael will have. He won't visibly sweat, but he'll go, "Unfortunately, me and my friends have entered the house, and we can tell you that whatever it is didn't go away. In fact, it's still there."
You what?
So, to summarize a really long story, Mike will tell her what they found and what happened to them outside of all the reverse timelines where they died and where he died twice.
So you found some sort of fucking demon? Like, what is this?
Some kind of demonic presence lives in the house, and Elliot's
And I'm sorry.
and your nephew's soul is trapped there as well, though he hasn't been eaten from what we can tell.
And you said that your friend is unconscious in your car.
Yes, but I did proper first aid, and he's fine.
Is he awake?
No, he's still unconscious.
Oh my fucking god.
He's napping. Sorry, I'm not there.
No, you're not.
Okay. I would like to know what happened to them. If you figure it out, please tell me. And if you get Elliot out of there, please fucking tell me. I would like to see my nephew again.
We're gonna try.
Even if he's a ghost.
We're gonna try everything in our power to tell you, as well as Elliot's friend, who asked us to investigate. So don't worry. All relevant parties will be told when we find out what happened, and if we can potentially stop whatever monster is haunting your family's house home.
If you... Is he still hiding from you? He used to do that as a kid. Is he hiding from you?
Yes.
I know something that helped him. I know something that helped him connect with someone is playing a game with them. If you set up a game, he might come out.
Mike will go, you know what, Debbie? That was what I was thinking. And it was really nice for you to tell me that. So I might do that if the rest of my friends happen to get here before nighttime. Though I'll probably... See, do I want to do that during the night? No, I don't want to do that during the night. That is a terrible idea.
You're gonna have to do something during the night.
Yeah, probably.
You could say, I don't want to do anything tonight.
Honestly...
But then you run the danger. Nobody came into the house during a day-night cycle.
And you're saying that's a bad thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I might go in the house during the nighttime. Okay, I'll do that. And then try to lure Elliot with the game! Or a game.
It was Candyland, right?
Yes.
Yeah. With
Okay.
weird people on it.
As long as the game board is okay from that...
Bootleg Candyland!
The box did get smashed up from you falling down the stairs, but it is otherwise okay.
Okay, good. Then we'll try using that for luring Elliot.
Okay.
Yay, G.
All right.
Keeper hints.
I think now we'll switch over to dusk phase because everyone got to do a little bit. I assume you guys have like a group chat. Are you guys talking about what you found?
Yeah, I assume we're all friends on some kind of social media platform that exists in 2006.
We all have a shared what's that?
What's
that?
I don't think that existed.
It
In
exists.
2006, remote communication? I'm not sure.
It exists in our timeline.
2004, actually, but yes.
Oh, come on. A fucking game designer goes out of their way to provide a setting where long distance communication is very difficult, specifically to justify the tone and atmosphere, and you're gonna fucking introduce group chats in it?
I mean,
You
group chats
texting
existed.
existed in 2024. I mean, 2004.
They even AOL had it, if I recall correctly. Or at
I'm
least
Then
pretty
we can
sure there
text
was
each other. I'm
texting.
just saying.
I'm
Yeah, we
pretty
can
sure there
text
was
each other.
texting.
I'm just saying group chats might be anachronistic.
A group text then.
Also, IRC
Okay.
chats.
Every one of those costs
existed
us like $5.
IRC chats existed back then, and those were specifically group chats.
Hmm.
All right.
Also BB boards.
Unless you
It's not
want to deal with
2009.
having to have two phones next to each other for a group call.
It's not 2009 yet, so it's not. Pastor Chum doesn't exist.
Anyways,
BB boards existed from the very beginning of the internet.
Right, anyway.
what is everyone planning on doing for this night phase? Like individually.
All right. If I will go first, I'm going to type saying, I'm going to enter the house during the night and try to lure Elliot to at least talk to him with what Debbie told me, so everybody is on the same page.
All right. You two in the party bus. You have 2 TV Odyssey tapes and a VCR player in the bus while it's driving to Whitesbury.
Hmm. I suppose we'll watch one of those, but I
What would
think
you
we
like to
maybe
do
should.
during the night?
Yeah, we should probably watch one of those. But also, did we take note of the nature of the pattern that was repeating on the TV?
You can't quite decode anything, but it is repeating, and you've probably like written it down.
Okay.
Um. All right. So you two are on the bus as it's traveling, and you're watching a tape. Which tape would you like to watch?
Maybe the one we just got on the party bus? That feels appropriate.
Let's see which ones we have here. Uh,
We haven't even gotten one we got from the house. Watched the one we got from the house yet.
that is very funny to me.
I mean, 2 locations, 2 VCRs, 2 tapes.
Uh, Watching 2 separate tapes at once sounds like something more fun.
I don't think we can do that.
I had John with me.
I don't think we can do that.
No.
Yeah, it might not be allowed.
Trying to find a good one for this specific thing. Let's see what ones are in the DLC. Sorry, it's taking me a minute.
No problem.
Fuck it, we're doing Officer Barker. This one will be set up for later. Anyways, all right. So how this is gonna work is we're gonna do a section with someone narrating, and we're gonna just go around the table, see what everyone's doing, like a normal Odyssey tape thing. Except we're also including Mike, so he can do his night move stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine with me.
All right.
That's funny.
I'm a bit tired. Okay. So, on the tape, it just says Officer Barker teaches you a lesson. It is an installment of the Officer Barker series of anti-crime PSAs that aired on TV Odyssey. It opens on the eponymous officer, a ghoulish William Wegman pastiche with the head of a Saint Bernard and hairy hands of a middle-aged man dressed in a New Mexico State Police uniform. He sits on a nicotine-yellowed folding table before a shoddily constructed police station set. I might have to end it after this night phase. I'm very tired.
You know, if you're so tired, we could opt to move the tape
know,
session to next session when we have a more complete crew.
I can do this night phase. That's fine. It's just I'm gonna do a little monologue after the night phase, and we're gonna end it there. Okay. All right. We're starting. Okay, so Jonah. The atmosphere is tense and hostile, reflected in the manic clenching and unclenching of Officer Barker's fists. How can we tell something is deeply wrong with the dog playing Barker?
Sorry, Officer Barker being a character in the show in TV Odyssey is just like kind of miscontext because it cut out.
Okay. I'll say the first part again.
Yeah.
An installment of the Officer Barker series of anti-crime PSAs that aired on TV Odyssey. It opens on the eponymous officer, who is a ghoulish William Wegman pastiche with the head of a Saint Bernard and the hairy hands of a middle-aged man, dressed in a New Mexico State Police uniform. He sits on a nicotine-yellowed folding table before a shoddily constructed police station set. The atmosphere is tense and hostile, reflected in the manic clenching and unclenching of Officer Barker's fists. How can we tell that something is deeply wrong with the dog playing Barker?
Okay, so wait. So this is a dog with human hands and not a human in a fursuit that's kind of wrong looking. Was that the description?
I think it's meant to say person playing Barker.
Okay.
It just says dog. I don't. What's wrong with the person? How can we tell that something's wrong with this guy?
I mean, for starters, he's a cop, but
Hey, cab, everybody.
yeah. And Jesus. Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm just confused by. Yeah, cop. First item on the list. I'm just confused by the image, and I'm kind of startled. 1 second. Let me gather my shit.
It's a man
So
in an
Clint.
officer uniform wearing a dog head, and he looks
Right.
crazy. How does he look crazy?
Well, he's wearing a dog head, so I can't see his eyes. I'm gonna say that the dog head kind of has like an open mouth, and I can kind of see uh the man's mouth through the dog head.
Oh, that's not till later.
What?
Uh, you can't see the man's face.
It's
I'm just gonna
about
let you
what,
know that.
it's about what in his behavior tells you that something is off.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not until the
let's
fourth
see.
section that you see his face.
Okay, okay. Um, I guess while he clenches his fist, he's like starting to like rhythmically beat his chest in a show of dominance and masculinity that's intended to be like,
Oh,
you know,
I'm very sorry. This is going terribly. I just reread how this works. It is a man's hands, but there's a dog in a fake uniform sitting in front of the man. Like you can't see the man's face behind him, but like there's a dog there.
Basically, there's the person you see is a dog, but there is a hidden actor with hands going through the sleeves.
Mhm.
So, so he can do things a human can do, but still is a dog in all other things.
I would sketch it, but I'm a terrible artist.
okay, okay,
But
wait. Let me see if I get this image now. Human person with a dog instead of what would be their head.
no,
Or
it's more like there's a human sitting at a table, and
yes.
they have their arms through the uniform of a police chief, and sitting on their lap, poking through the head hole, is a dog.
Basically, if you've seen the Muppets, you've seen some
That
cases
but
where
fucked up.
you've seen some cases where there's actual human hands going through the sleeves. Just replace the Muppet with a dog.
Okay.
And what's wrong with the dog?
The dog. I'm not gonna go with cut in half right away, but uh, it's
I'm so sorry that I messed that up so
it's
badly.
no, it's okay. It's also really hard to wrap your head around. I guess it's just uh, kind of acting a little bit erratically at random intervals in such a way that it uh, looks like it's trying to bite itself.
Like it's flailing and it tries to bite at like its side where the arms are and stuff.
Not at like clearly not at the arms, more at like its own body, like where its paws might be, but
Mhm.
it can't quite reach because of the contrivance of the costume.
Mhm. All right, so we're gonna pause there. Very sorry about all that chaos. All right, let's. So, oh, I forgot to mention about the cool things about actually taking the Odyssey tape at the bus. What is an amenity that Garland provides for the movie night for you too? I should have asked that earlier. Like she's just being really nice, and she gives a bit of extra stuff like there's
She
popcorn and soda. What additional thing does she add?
she provides the snacks that she likes the most that the tabloids do not berate her for.
What a fucking queen! I love her. Like she's
All right.
just as invested as us in our weird childhood trauma.
What weird amenity does she give you? Like the luxury stuff.
Let's go with let's go with the means. It's the avocado toast.
I don't think that
Alright,
was
so
a fad back then, but it's okay.
So there's some avocado toast. I guess she invented it.
I mean, it existed long before. It's just become a meme, as in the default food for specific groups.
All right. Jonah, what luxurious amenity does she
Oh,
provide?
so uh, what's the word for that? Like, okay, I'm gonna say like sushi, but it just came out of a fridge, so it's a little bit sus. But it tastes fine.
So it's a pretty good sushi, but because it was in the fridge for a little bit, it tastes a little weird.
No, it tastes fine, and it is clearly like good quality sushi, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That may taste a little bit cheaper than it is.
Mhm.
But also it's of dubious provenance.
So you guys are sitting there enjoying your snacks. She kind of looks over to you and goes, "What the hell is this tape? Is this what you guys watch?"
Okay,
Well,
listen.
we are wondering what the hell this tape is as well. It's why we're trying to find them and watch them to piece together what's going on.
Yeah, if you saw these things at a very impressionable age, wouldn't you be trying to figure the fuck out of them?
I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Carry on. We're gonna cut over to Mike. You have a little bit of time before the next part of the tape to do what you're wanting to do. How do you get in there?
All right, I'm going to try entering the house the way we left the first time, through the window.
There's a window.
I
Okay.
thought we had skipped through a window.
I mean, sure. The door does work, but okay.
Well, in that case, I'll go through the door.
Okay. You go through the door, and everything is tense. You didn't get to see what exactly it was, but you could tell it was bad from the ramblings before John went to sleep.
Before I had entered the house, I gave him some. I made sure to give him some water.
What would you like to do as you enter the house? Like, are you immediately going to Elliot's room? What are you doing? What would you like to do?
I would like to do. Let's see. What would like to do? I guess try to find a clue, and if I don't find a clue, I'll go to Elliot's room to set up the board game.
I thought you were just bolting to Elliot to get this done and get out.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Never mind. I'm not going to stay
Okay.
here longer than necessary.
um,
Out help. That would be a terrible
Okay.
idea.
so you run upstairs to the kids' rooms. Give me a night move
So, like,
with vitality.
yay.
Okay, so this is so the house is actively fucking with you now because you know it's super haunted and it knows you know. So it's just throwing all sorts of shit at you. A knife whizzes by your head and embeds into the wall. Um, you manage to get a hold of a hmm. I'm gonna say the advantage that you get is that you are a bit more knowledgeable of how this house works now, just because you're so good at dodging it. that I'm gonna give you a special corner of the house item for this mystery.
Ooh.
And it's not really an item, but it's gonna essentially function as one. It's like knowledge of the house. You can check it at any point to give yourself advantage.
I like that. That makes me happy.
Alright, so you storm upstairs, narrowly escaping a knife or five thrown at your face. And we're gonna cut back over to the tape. Um so the voice is coming from like right behind the dog, from the hands, whatever belongs to the hands. Uh Officer Barker tells the viewer that he's very upset with them because they've committed a terrible crime against God and all his angels. What act is Barker accusing the viewer of, and what proof of their misdeeds does he place on his desk? Z.
Let's see.
And you can
And you
use
can
this
use this.
for extra XP. If you connect it to something that happened during your day today, that's a signal from the other side.
it says accuses us of breaking and entering, and places. What was it that we used? 2x4.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, it was a
2x4.
2x4.
It places a 2x4 on the table and a broken lock.
So he's basically going like, I know that you broke in. I found this lock and this board that you used to break it, and stuff like that. We're gonna pause there. The lady basically goes, "Wow, was this marketed towards kids? Like, how often were people breaking into places?" Imagine if imagine watching this right after breaking into a place, though. That'd be really fucking scary.
Hella. I mean, I guess small towns and shit. I don't know. I'm from like, where did I say? Like San Francisco.
I think so.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think I only said California and I didn't narrow it down.
Yeah, and that sounds about right.
Or like San
Um,
Francisco. I don't know how often breaking and entering happens, but I'm sure in a fucking
like in Deep
shit
Lake,
house like this,
Deep Lake was
fucking
pretty small.
yeah. So one person does it and the whole town hears about it.
Oh, fair.
Is the talk of the town for months. They say it at church.
All right. Z, do you have anything to
Sorry,
say,
uh, in the lore, how
or
long
that you want to
station
do?
exists?
I mostly keep munching on my avocado toast.
Okay. All right, Mike, you're upstairs now. There's not as much in the hallway to throw at you. What do you do now that you're outside the room?
I will prep the Candyland box and enter the room as quickly as possible, trying to avoid any danger. And I'll say out loud, "Hey, Elliot, I have this game here. Do you want to play?"
Roll me a night move just for getting through that door.
Okay. I hope
Vitality.
not dying. In fact, I guess I'll use knowledge of the house to give advantage so I don't die. There we are.
God damn.
Yay!
I'm gonna say that the door does try to close on you before you can get through properly, and it does like aim the handle right at your gut, but you're able to avoid it, and you open it really quickly to find Elliot sitting on the bed, and he just looks up at you confused because it's night, no one comes in here. He's like, wait, what?
Hello, Elliot. It's nice to meet you. We're going to play a game. I hope you don't mind. I'm here
I like playing games.
I'm here on behalf of an old friend of yours who wants to find out what happened. We could talk about it during the game if you want.
Okay. We're gonna cut back over to the tape. I'm gonna give this one to Mike, just for narration.
So I could be in.
Officer Barker says that he has to make an example of the viewer as a warning to all the other boys and girls. What punishment does he promise to inflict on the viewer and their loved ones?
A really good punishment that wouldn't be super terrible. Would
Dude, it's an Odyssey tape. Make it as fucked up as you can.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just don't say spanking.
Inflict on the viewer and all of their loved ones.
No, not Tron and Quartered or a body that's super fucked up. I want to say, and because this is very recent considering I played the second game, put into a pillory and whipped.
A what now?
How am I going to turn that into a signal? Okay.
You don't know what a pillory is, Dan?
No, not really.
It's also called a stocks.
Oh. Fucking that's fucking spank adjacent, you jerk.
Yeah, that's why I immediately giggled. um, so,
It's also what forms the basis of guillotine.
Ambrose kind of sees that and goes, I'm sorry. Whipped for breaking and entering? Really? Really? She just kind of looks at both of you.
I mean, I'm as surprised as you are, and this is kind of why we are investigating this, because these are so fucked.
What else have you guys seen?
Well, whatever comes our way, that looks even mildly interesting and should be something to be cleared up before it reaches impressionable children.
Okay. You have anything to say, Dan?
I'm just fucking thinking about the spanking.
Do you guys want to do anything, or are you just watching the tape? By the way, you can get up and do stuff in the bus.
At this point, Dan is mildly aroused at the idea of the same.
No.
All right, we're gonna cut back.
Yeah, I don't really have any. Like, we're watching
Alright.
tape. That's what's happening.
We're gonna cut over to Mike. Let's roll a night move with reason for you playing this game with him, or presence for like convincing him not to run again.
All right.
One of the two.
Do I have
Reason
If you
for
roll
playing the game
badly,
good.
if you roll badly, this ghost child is gonna make fun of you.
Reason for just playing the game good, or presence for him not wanting to run again.
All right, so no advantage, right?
Yeah, no advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna go with reason to play the game well. So, I mean, either way, I only have a +1 in either. So,
I should have asked earlier, and this will be the only time it makes sense. What are you afraid will happen if you fail to do well in this slightly fucked up version of Candyland
um,
with all the bestial characters on
I feel like it could be a Jumanji situation where I get sucked into the game.
it? Now roll it.
Mild success.
Okay. The center of the board does start speaking in riddles. It does seem like it's gonna do a Jumanji, but you reason and make a good enough strategy where you avoid getting sucked into it. It looks like it does attempt though.
How do you have a strategy in Candyland?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
I just realized the game is Candyland.
I'm making shit up. Like, you know not to cheat because the board game will react if you cheat, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It does give you a life system, and you are down to 1 life though. That's your cost. Cutting back over to the tape.
MTG player, one life is all you need.
Alright, right before the tape cuts off, the person providing Barker's hands and voice peers over the dog's shoulder. What about his face makes us realize he might not be a person at all? Dan?
Uh, that one's easy. He doesn't have one. But now in the Slenderman story way where it says smooth, surface.
No face.
Yeah, like Two-Face, but it's no face.
There's just no face.
No. Not like Slenderman, like Two-Face, but the whole face is the fucked up half.
But there's also no eyes or mouth.
No, he does have the eyes and mouth, but they're fucked up in the like he doesn't have the surface bits that would constitute a normal face.
So he was flayed. He has a flayed face. He looks like he might be a demon.
Actually, that might be too much for the purposes of this this sort of.
Okay, are you wanting to change your answer?
It's TV Odyssey. There is no such thing as too much.
No. Like,
what about his face makes you think he might not be a person at all?
Okay, so it looks flayed, but instead is just kind of painted really dark red. And like a fucking like the makeup but looks flayed, and the nose looks like it's not there.
So he looks like he looks like Darth Maul, but if he looked, but more like he looks like TV Harry Potter villain.
The way I understood it was that he got flayed and he has paint over it to make it look kind of like he has skin.
Yeah, he has paint over it to make it look like like it's fake,
Oh, so he's Red Skull kind of thing.
like a Red Skull sort of thing. Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
with that.
Okay.
Like, we gotta have like a little bit of plausible deniability, I feel.
She just kind of points at her like, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, see, that's the other thing, because there's outsiders witnessing this. I didn't want
What
to
is
go with
that?
like the full.
That's what we hope to find out. If you want, I'll let you know what we find out, if we find out anything at all.
Okay.
Can I be in an episode if we find anything out?
Oh, that already got canceled.
Fuck. That is a
Buffy's
very audible
gone for a
fuck.
bit.
Well, by technicality, you can only be in an episode of TV Odyssey if you go through the Chromatic Desert.
I mean,
I didn't mean TV Odyssey. I meant
you'll get
the
to be in an
Zombie
episode
Slayer.
eventually.
I meant the the Zombie Slayer show that she's in. Our friend in the party bus.
There's actually 2 instances where you'll get to be in an episode.
Well, god damn it. Anyway, yeah, I asked verbally to the actor from the famous TV show if I can be in an episode of that.
Well, Muffy the Zombie Killer got canceled a few years ago, so no, sorry.
Shit. Is there like a spin-off that what's she doing currently?
I mean, Demon is currently going, but I'm not really in charge of that one. I only occasionally cameo for an episode.
Huh.
Out of
Okay,
character. Yeah,
Yeah,
I look at
that was me joking about the Angel show.
At that point, I just butt in and say, babe, just ignore him. He's always weird like this.
I just want to be on TV, man, in a fucking context that's not fucked up.
All right, cutting back to Mike. All right, Mike.
I just feel it's not that weird to want to be on TV. It's 2004. There's nothing else on our screen.
All right, Mike. What would you like to do? I assume you're trying to finish up the game,
Yes.
and you're trying to earn his trust.
Yes.
So, what would you like to do in order to do that?
I would like to tell Elliot, as I'm playing the game, that I met his auntie, Debbie, and she would and that she told me, as well as his old friend, when he wasn't dead, that they both want to find out what happened to him and his family. So if he's comfortable telling me, I would like to know. I don't want to force him.
He doesn't completely understand what you're saying. Like, when you talk back and forth to him, you get the sense that he doesn't quite know in general. Like, he doesn't quite know that he's dead or how much time has passed.
I guess the simplest way I could say this so that he understands is, why are you trapped in this house?
Oh, that red thing. It keeps trying to get me. I keep running away from it. I've gotten pretty good.
What is the red thing?
I don't know. How would I know?
Do you know what happened to your parents and sister, Elliot?
The red thing got a hold of him.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's okay, they were cunts.
Shit.
You're not there. Shut up.
Shit. Shit. I just reread part of this. Shit.
What?
He can't speak.
What?
He's not supposed to be able to speak. He only communicates with gestures.
Don't tell me I have to do checks to find out what he means by gestures, right?
I'm gonna say he's been doing pretty good, but instead of red thing, he just kind of like does a big scary wavy thing instead.
Okay, now that I know he can't actually talk, I'm going to say, all right, nod for yes, and shake head for no.
He nods.
All right, I'm going to ask easy yes or no questions. Do you know
To
how?
condescend to it. He's not stupid.
No, I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm trying to get some information. Genuinely. All right. Actually, scratch that line. That's not canon anymore. Anyway, Michael asked, "Do you know how long you've been trapped in the house?"
He shakes his head.
Do you
Do you what?
just want to ask? You know if the monster has been in the house longer than you've lived here?
Kind of just shrugs. He doesn't quite know how long it's been here.
Uh, do you know what do, does this mirror have anything to do with the red thing? Oh, sure.
He nods.
Was it holding the red thing?
He shakes his head.
You
Oh wait, did you ask the mirror was holding the red thing, or did the red thing was holding the mirror? Sorry.
I was asking if if the red thing was being held inside the mirror, and when it broke, it got
Oh.
out.
Sorry. I had misunderstood. Yeah, he nods.
So the mirror was its prison until it got out. Do you know who broke this mirror?
He nods.
Was it your sister?
He shakes his head.
Was it your mother?
He does a kind of hand wavy thing where it's like, kinda.
Were your parents having a fight and they broke it on accident?
He shakes his head to the fight part, but broke it on accident. He nods his head.
Oh, okay, that answers a question I had. Do you know what this residue is?
He shakes his head.
Okay, I'm answering some of the question. Some of the very important questions and getting some neat clues. You know about the hopscotch outside your house?
He nods.
Was it always haunted, as it were?
He gives kind of a shrug, like a probably.
Interesting.
Roll me a night move.
All right.
You're making a lot of noise, and the house doesn't like you.
Yeah, that's true enough. Should I do? What should I use?
Presence.
Okay. Oh, mild success.
Wait, I before we get into that, I should have asked. The house is angry at you, and it's gonna start reacting to you again. What are you afraid of if you aren't able to avoid that?
Um, I was afraid if I had epically failed.
Mhm.
Though minorly, I was thinking that maybe the game board itself would get possessed and try to. No, what do I want to do? I'm going to think that if I had failed and I was talking to Elliot, the demon itself would appear and try to eat both of us.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. It did show up, and it crawled itself out of the gem in the middle of the playboard. But you have enough time to basically book it with the kid running with you.
Cool.
Um, the kid just runs through a wall and is gone. I'm gonna have you roll one more night move to get out of this house before that thing tries to kill you. What are you afraid will happen if you're how would you like to get out of here? And what are you afraid of will happen if you fail in doing whatever you're trying to do?
Instead of going through the window like last time, I'm going to try and bust through the. Is there a back door?
Yes.
I'm going to try.
There's been a backyard this whole time that no one's gone in.
I'm going to go through the back door, and if I fail, the demon catches me, and I die, and I have to use one of my keys.
Alright, roll your night move to get through that door.
With vitality.
Vitality.
Yeah, we'll use basically.
No.
Oh shit. Alright. So okay. So you did a complete miss. Once you bump this up, this will be a mild success, so I'll have to account for both. So the demon does catch up with you. With the kid in its claw, and it walks up to you, and it just kind of twists its hand, and the door closes and locks quickly with magical force, making you unable to bust it down. And it walks up to you. Thank you. I've been trying to get that kid to stop running for years now. Now I get 2 meals. And it grabs you and drags you down into the basement and throws you both into the dresser that had been broken and repaired. And you're stuck in there for years and years, and the kid disappears first, fading away over time, and then you feel yourself slipping.
All right. Alternate timeline.
Until you're gone.
All right. Now we answered 2 questions on what happened to their bodies. Key of the child. I'm going to use that instead of desolation because I don't like reducing a reason modifier for desolation.
Okay. So when it shows up, you see the kid in his grasp, and it doesn't quite close the door yet. And now you have a choice. Do you run and survive, or do you save the kid?
Uh, let's see. Does Michael go big or go home? I think he'll go big.
You have keys to save your ass if you go big and fail.
Yes, that's true. I want to go big. I want to save Elliot.
Okay. How would you
I
like
was
to
gonna
attempt
kill you if you fucking let the kid die. I swear to God.
No, this is what Michael will do. He saved the Karen, the HOA president, so he's going to save Elliot too.
What would you like to do to save this kid and survive?
I swear to God, if you saved a Karen and you didn't save a kid, I would double murder you.
All right, Michael will using. Let's see. I want to use one of my corner of my house items if I can to try and cause a distraction, so I could grab Elliot and go out the door as fast as.
All right. What item and what specifically are you doing?
I guess I want to use my football signed by vaguely big name, or my pinup poster to cause a distraction if I can. Whichever you think will work. I don't know.
It is your choice.
I literally have a lot of new.
Explain how you're gonna do it.
All right.
Explain how you're gonna do it.
Actually, I guess I kind of now this is kind of metagamey because he did grab me, so I kind of figure he's slightly corporeal, slightly. So I'm going to throw my football signed by vaguely big name, if that is his canon name now. I guess. Use it to throw it at the demon's head, and then grab Elliot and get the fuck out.
All right. What are you afraid will happen if you fuck this up?
Instead of hitting him and causing him to get distracted because I threw it at him, it's going to phase through his head, and I'll get grabbed when I try to grab.
All right. Roll that night move with advantage using vitality.
That meddling move?
Night move.
Night move, yes. Okay. Advantage with vitality. Well, a 7 is better than a fail.
Well, you managed to beam this guy in the head, and he does stumble for a second. Complication though, the ghost kid is intangible.
Well, that makes sense as a complication.
So you attempt to grab him. You do realize though, with the angles and stuff, you could just reach through the kid to open the hand more, so he drops the kid.
Yay, actual save the kid, yay!
So he drops the kid, and the kid just books it again. this time hiding well, and you're able to run out the door before the demon is able to actually retaliate.
Yeah, not murdered by Dad.
I wasn't gonna murder you if you failed to save the kid, only if you didn't. Like if you didn't try.
Well, Michael Zapsky is literally the opposite of me. I would have ran.
Damn.
Bitch.
Damn.
Uh,
So you make it outside, and your friend is still catatonic. I'm gonna assume you go home after this shit.
yes.
All right. We're gonna end it here. I have a little. All right. I have an idea for the monologue at the end. So the camera pans back to the TV in the middle of the desert. It's that same gray box TV, and it lights back up. The huge man with the yellow suit and the hat is back with his cards. He has a few more turned over. My beautiful fools have continued on their journey. They're no longer as naive and or nor as skeptical. And they've certainly run into the tower. At least John has. Part of the group is now living the high life, finding out all there is to know about this little town full of sweets. And soon they'll figure out how it's all gone to hell. And the other half have gone to hell and clawed their way back so many times. It is amazing that they're still alive. I wonder if they'll be able to face the great hungers that they've awakened when the time comes. And the TV turns off, leaving the white dot in the center again.
Damn. So are we aiming for a Twilight Zone ending where it's a personal story of tragedy, or a Twin Peaks ending where it's about the whole town but the shadowy forces persist after we're gone, or a Stephen King ending where the town itself just destroys itself under the weight of their own hubris and greed?
Well, that's entirely
Yes.
up to us. We get to
We'll
decide.
see how it goes.
Okay.
Alright.
In fairness, if the town itself tears itself apart and is destroyed, that is one less small town in America. So maybe it's enough to tip the scales in the 2016 election.
Wow.
Oh wait, no,
I'll tell you
it's in New
now
Mexico,
that
right?
it will attempt to tear itself apart, but it's not nowhere near there yet.
We can always hope that Trump happens to find himself inside the little town for some reason at the time that it happens.
Oh my god.
Isn't it in New Mexico?
Yeah, we're in New Mexico.
1 second.
Anyways, that's where we're gonna end it off. You guys are nearly wrapped up with the house, and you're learning more about this weird ice cream and living the high life in that party bus.
And essentially, we already solved a question: how to lure Elliot.
Yes. I didn't end up actually having you do the answer question part because you had made up a plan. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to interfere with it. I'm not going to tell you out of nowhere. Dice said you're wrong. um, I have been your GM documenter. My players have been wonderful.
Yay.
And
And I'll see you. Oh,
and I'm your host, Zora Chaos.
we'll see you next week.
Wait.
Well, hopefully we'll have all our players.
Ta-ta and cheers.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.